Hey y'all, welcome to week 10 of Yarn. Your awareness, your resilience, and your nurturing. Normally this is where we tug on one health thread each week, the science, the why, the how, and unravel it into something that actually makes sense. Sometimes I researched it, sometimes Koneko researched it. Okay, a lot of times Koneko researched it and then I confirmed it. Trust but verify, y'all. Either way, still your yarn. So if you watched my pause video, you'll realize that a lot of my things I talked about was my lack of sleep or too much sleep or naps or whatever. So what are we going to talk about in yarn this week? What do you think? We're going to talk about sleep and how important it is to a whole bunch of stuff. Sleep is the thing we all need, the thing we all skip, and the thing that makes everything else work or not work. And to be honest, sleep is the thing I suck at and I need to work on. This is truly my final boss. So let's go over some things though. Why does sleep matter? So let's break it down. First, we're going to start with your brain. Sleep is not just rest. It's your brain's night shift. Day shift, whatever. So when you sleep, your brain does three major things. It's going to clean itself. It literally cleans itself. Your brain washes out waste, proteins, and it's through something called lymphatic system. I promise I practiced that and still, lymphatic system, I still can't get it. But this only turns on when you're asleep. No sleep equals no cleaning equals foggy brain. Number 2, it's going to swap memories. That's correct. And this is called memory consolidation. Your brain decides what to keep, what to toss, and what to file under random dream nonsense. Number 3, it's going to reset your emotional center. The amygdala, your panic button, calms down while you sleep. Less sleep equals more overreacting, more anxiety, and more, why did I cry at that commercial? And yes, I have cried at commercials. We move on. Okay. Number 2. Oh, speaking of which, I was going to go on to number 2. But yeah, see, most day, I know, all these weeks I have basically worn, like, I want to wear a pretty shirt, stuff like that. This is a special shirt, and it also kind of suits this week. I don't know if it's backwards or not, and all these inside, but it's my little kitty, and all it says is, didn't cry, and at the bottom it says, today. Didn't cry today. I originally found this shirt at Hot Topic. Yes, I'm 43 years old. I shop at Hot Topic. You want to know why? Because I shopped at Hot Topic when I was 19, 16. In the 90s, y'all. I have a tattoo on the back of my neck that is literally a bumper sticker I got from the Hot Topic. I think in the early 2000s, like 2000 or 2001 or 2002. And I got a tattoo. It's on the back of my neck. That's my little, I have a kitty fairy on the back of my neck. So anyways, I went to Hot Topic, I found this shirt, and I looked at it, and I went, oh, I should get that, because now I go to the doctors, because I finally found, as we went over, I found a doctor that's actually, like, really good with me. But the thing is, every time I go see that doctor, it's usually my like, when you, every 6 months, when you're diabetic, you gotta see him, like, every 6 months or so, which means that every time I see him, he goes over the stuff, and then they draw blood, and I don't, I know I have tattoos, but I am really, really, really bad with needles. So I just thought it'd be funny that I'd wear this when I went to the doctor. Why is this a special shirt other than doctor? Is honestly when I went in there at the time, this is nearer to the beginning of everything. This is probably around September last year. And so when I started my journey, I wore a 3X for this. And I went in, and what did they not have? They did not have a 3X. And I went, you know what? I'm going to use this for motivation. All right, fine. Let's get a 2X. I didn't even try it on. I like that 1X, which is a whole different story. But anyways, I didn't even try it on. I get home, and I decide at home, because I'm embarrassed to go try it on. I mean, that's just how I was, because I don't want, I'm already embarrassed enough to be going, hey, y'all have a 3X in this. I put it on, and it fit. Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you can see this. It's, yeah. since September. It's, we had this whole story. I don't remember, it was my like origin story video or like the first. Anyway, I have a 1X that at least last time I put it on, which is a month or two ago. So we'll have to find out again. But it was kind of like it was form fitting, but it fit. Like I can actually fit into a 1X. Just I don't like form fitting. So I usually will wear the bigger shirts. But yeah. So this is a special shirt. So anyways, to go along with the whole crying at commercials, it's my shirt. Hot Topic's awesome, y'all. I love it. Anyways, back to sleep. So we're going to talk about sleep matters for your body. So the thing is, when you're sleeping, it also, your body sets up to become what's called, basically a repair shop. Your muscles are going to recover. If you have any inflammation, it should be going down. Your immune system's going to reset itself. Your metabolism is going to stabilize, and your hunger hormones are going to rebalance. So when you don't get sleep, something called ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, is going to go up. Something called leptin, which is the fullness hormone, I can talk, is going to go down. This means your cravings are going to go up, and your willpower is going to tank, go down. So this is why when you're tired, you want snacks. Yeah, it's not a weakness. It's called biology. Yeah. Now, why does sleep matter for your mental health? So sleep is basically the emotional first aid. So when you're sleep deprived, your anxiety is going to increase, your mood's going to drop, stress tolerance is going to shrink. I should know, believe me. Everything else feels harder. It's going to be like your brain is trying to run Windows on 2% battery. And this month it changes, sleep matters even more. So currently my routines are shifting, my brain is working overtime. Good news is my panic exercise ratings are going down, so yay. But that also means my body and my brain are doing a lot of behind the scenes work. And they need that sleep and that rest in order to catch up. Now speaking of that, there is a difference between resting and sleeping. Rest is good. Sleep is essential. Rest is basically you're laying down, you're going to scroll through TikTok or whatever you do, YouTube, which is usually mine, or Facebook. And sleep is where your brain is actually doing all the maintenance. They both have value, but only one of them repairs the system. And just to let you know, if you take naps, they do count. Now, I don't usually take a lot, not counting this week, but I don't normally, on a normal basis, take a lot of naps, but they do count. I will die on this hill. If you are a person that can do a 20 to 30 minute nap, you can improve your memory, you can boost your mood, you can increase your alertness, reduce stress, and you like to take naps, congratulations. You're giving your brain bonus maintenance windows. I really wish I could be one of those people that I have an hour lunch, and I wish I could be one of those people that on my hour lunch, I could take a little 30-minute nap. So my problem is I don't do naps. Okay, I am wrong. I don't do naps. I do something I like to call second sleep. You should be doing, if you're going to take a nap, try and do 20 to 30 minutes. Those are usually the best for you. I literally pass out, and I'm usually out for quite a few hours. So, and with this week, that meant it messed up my sleep pattern pretty badly because then I couldn't fall. Anyway. So, but if you can take naps, if you feel like you need a nap, it does count, gives your body that little extra. So since I spoke about sleep, I'm going to tell you just some cute little stories that go with it. And I'm going to we talked about Kagome before, my little panic exercise buddy. She's my mama kitty. But here's the thing, when it comes to sleep, I'm let known when it is time for me to go to bed. I don't always listen, but I'm let know. Kagome knows when it's bedtime. She knows the exact time, and she knows the exact routine. For her, bedtime means she gets to be curled up next to me on bed. She gets her blankie, just don't put it on top of her head. We just put the little blanket to here. I'm going to pet her. I'm going to fall asleep while she supervises. And she usually just falls asleep right next to me for most of the night, and she's pretty happy. Now, if this ritual does not occur at the correct time, has anybody ever had an annoyed tortie? It's not pretty. She is the sweetest cat you will ever meet. Unless she is annoyed, then anything is game. And on the nights that I pull all-nighters with editing like these videos, she lets me know. Loudly, repeatedly, and with a full force of tiny tortie judgment. And honestly, she is right. I do need to sleep. My brain needs to sleep. My body needs to sleep. My mental health needs to sleep. Yeah. Right. Anyways, so the truth behind it all. Sleep is one of the most powerful tools we have for healing. Physically, mentally, emotionally. It is not optional. It is not a luxury. It is part of the work. So this week, I'm going to try and honor that. We'll try. See what happens. More sleep, fewer guilt naps, more real rest, and hopefully a brain that feels a little less like scrambled eggs. So, and I do want to add a little thing with Professor Calico. I think maybe I'll put that little picture we made last week up on there, till at least I get that little stuffy. Anyway, what she says is sleep is not a weakness. Sleep is strategy. Even lions nap for 20 hours a day. And even little lions like Kagome. And they're doing great. Your body needs downtime to sort the chaos. Your body needs downtime to repair nonsense. And your emotions need downtime to stop acting like startled pigeons. Prioritize sleep. Doctor's orders. So anyway, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and join me next week as we try for a little more rest, a little more progress, and maybe even a full night's sleep. Dream big. Literally. We'll see you next week, y'all. Have a good one.